Friends, this is Gautam Gupta from Ripple's Nature Inspired Aquarium. Every nature aquarium that we set gives us an opportunity to learn new things, and we have always tried to share that knowledge with you. Okay, so this is a 2-feet aquarium where we tried to attempt a Dutch style scape, but this is not about the Dutch style actually. This video is about, today is 29th of January, the tank is doing decently well. Tank was set on 2nd January, but what all problems we faced, especially algae. Now, algae is an issue on which there is so much debate that goes on. Okay, so in this video you will get to see like what all algae normally comes. Okay, types of algae that comes at the initial stages of the aquarium, setting up the aquarium, and what all you can do to combat those algae. But as I always tell, there is nothing wrong with algae. Algae is also a natural thing; it will come. Our objective should be to how to keep the algae under check and encourage the plant growth. So anyway, let's go ahead and see like what all what steps we took to control the algae at the initial stages of this aquarium setup. We had set up this tank on 2nd of January. As I said, we attempted a Dutch style. Okay, so we used a lot of stem plants. Okay, in this tank, mostly put in different rows. Now, till 7th of January, okay, the plants did very well. Okay, you can see now on 7th of January, the plants had actually grown well. We were facing some problem, but that was mostly with some plants like Ludwiga Super Red actually melted down. So from 7th to 15th, the plant growth continued, but around 15th of January, we faced, we saw that, there was a very high algae growth. Okay. Normally, whenever we face, such situation, we tend to change a lot of water, and that's what we kept on doing. But we were also kind of surprised because from our experience, almost in 15-16 days, the ammonia, actually the tank stabilizes, but it was not happening. So we were not able to really figure out like why it was happening like that. So around 21st of January, we decided to test the ammonia levels. Okay, we used an NT lab test kit, and we found to our surprise that the ammonia level was at 1 ppm. Okay, no wonder that algae will come. Okay, so we had to do something. Because at such a high ammonia level, algae will continue to flourish. The situation is perfectly conducive. Okay, so we decided to add that Microbelift Xtreme. So let's just spend 2 minutes to see why we decided to use Xtreme. I have shown that the algae was coming very fast. Okay, and when we did a water testing, we realized that the ammonia levels are pretty high. Now, why the ammonia level was going high is something that we also figured out, but that I will cover in the later part of the video. But we had to do something right then. Okay, so we decided to use this product from Microbelift USA Xtreme. Okay, this product actually does a lot of things, but primarily it detoxifies ammonia and nitrite. And I will show you now how after using Xtreme the ammonia actually went down. Okay, now that's one part. The other part is that this also helps you to remove chlorine and chloramine from tap water. That's its another use. And the last use is that it has got a lot of electrolytes inbuilt. So whenever you introduce new fish in the water, okay, what it does is that it can lose its slime, right? The protective membrane, that layer around the body of the fish. So this helps to replace that slime also. So whenever you are introducing new fish, Xtreme can help you to distress that fish also. So it has got actually three purposes in which you can use. This 473 ml bottle can be actually, as I am seeing, that it can be used for almost 3600 liters of water. That's about 5 ml per 40 liters. Okay, that's the dosage. We will now show you like how the ammonia progressively went down, and as the ammonia went down, the algae also started reducing. But then that was not the only thing. Stay tuned, we did something more also to control the algae, that also I will cover. Okay. On 22nd of January, after adding Xtreme, we got a very good result. I have that figures, 22nd of January we had that ammonia level came down to 0.5 ppm, almost 50% reduction. Okay, we continued adding Xtreme, and on 23rd of January the ammonia level further came down to 0.1 ppm. But this time we were using OS test kit just to see that the errors, the results are consistent. Okay, but while the ammonia was coming down, we felt that this is not enough. Okay, we had to do something more. So on 23rd itself, we decided to release some platies. Normally, whenever we think about algae control using fish or shrimps, we think about Ottocinclus or Amano shrimp. Okay, now while Ottocinclus doesn't do anything with filamentous algae, and by that time we had more filamentous algae, the hair algae type. Okay, and they will not do anything. Shrimps, yes, it can do something, but then the ammonia levels were too high for the shrimp. So we decided to add the platies. We had some in our aquarium. Okay, and to our surprise, they really did a good job. They immediately started eating the algae. Around 26th of January, when we tested ammonia again, we found that the ammonia level had actually gone further down. It was 0.05 ppm. But then while the platies did a good job, we decided to add some black mollies also. Now, black molly is a very, very innocuous fish. Okay, kind of much abused fish. Normally people don't give much importance to the fish, but it is actually a very effective algae eater. While black molly is not endemically found in nature, it has been, through selective breeding process, black molly has come. But because it's coming from mollies, and mollies are known herbivores, okay, so they relish algae. And after releasing black molly, they immediately started doing a good job. Wanted to give one more tip also. While we had released the fish, we are using Xtreme, but parallelly we are also changing water, and in the process we are trying to take out some algae. To do that, you should actually use a narrow diameter pipe, okay, as we have shown here. Okay, it makes it easy to take out the algae without wasting a lot of water. So I thought I will share this tip. Today is 29th of January. Our algae cleaning crew is fully in action. You can see that practically there is no sign. They have cleaned most of the algae, whether it is hair algae or blue grain, nothing is there. The plants are purling, they are rebounding, they are coming back. Okay, yes, there have been some losses in terms of we have to replant something. Some have melted, some had too much algae, and we had to actually physically remove them. But then I think this was a good video where we learned that that the importance of water testing in case you are facing algae, and also something like mollies and platies, how they can help you to control certain types of algae, specifically the filamentous algae like hair algae. The question remains that why did ammonia levels go up so high? We were using bacteria, but still after 20 days, why was the ammonia level so high? To understand that, we realized when we cleaned the filter yesterday that there was a lot of accumulation of rotting leaves in the tank. We had lot of some of the plants had actually melted, and unfortunately the filter had sucked it in, and the filter was not cleaned. So normally, yes, the soil takes some time to stabilize, releases ammonia, then the nitrogen cycle kicks in. But the leaf, we guess, the rotting leaves in the filter was actually adding to this ammonia spike. Algae remains to be one of the most debated issue for any nature aquarium or a planted aquarium hobbyist. I have always believed, and I have also seen that people use a lot of things to control algae, and sometimes very strong chemicals like hydrogen peroxide, different versions of butylaldehyde. Honestly, at Ripples, and I personally, I believe in controlling algae in the natural way. As Takashi Amano said, the objective should be to build a balance in the aquarium. Okay, so in this video, you have seen that we have used. Okay, first we tried to understand why algae happened, and then we use something, a very simple fish like a black molly or and a platy to control the algae. Natural mints are always the best. This is our second series in the algae control. There is a part 1. You can check that out on more information about algae. And as we always say, that we hope that you like our content, and it would be great if you can subscribe to the channel and also put in some comments which can help us to improve and also encourage us to make videos like this. Thank you.